What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode, episode number 239, and we start today's episode off with some transfers. There's a lot of transfers in today's episode, and we're basically just wrapping off the final few before the transfer window slams shut. And we got a transfer offer here for Koke, our centre midfielder. He's got pretty low stamina and he's 30 now. He's going to be on the downslope. It's Arsenal for £4.5 million. We asked for £6 million. He's a good centre midfielder. You know, he's a good passer of the ball. He doesn't offer too much to the team, but he's a decent centre midfielder anyway. But you know, to be honest, I think I may sell him because you know there are some players that only a couple of ratings lower than him on the free agents list. And they'll obviously be younger with more potential. So I just thought that for £6 million we may as well get him. A bit more money, and who knows, that could possibly pay for another transfer before the transfer window slams shut. But anyway, two CMs I've really wanted at Atletico Madrid are Ruben Cruz Torres and Balu Campenny. Had both of these players in our World Cup winning squad, and they're really good. Excuse me, they're really good players. Ruben Cruz Torres is really good, but of course he plays for Real Madrid, so that'll always be difficult. And Balu Campenny, of course, we had him at Sunderland for one season, and then we made one of the biggest. Well, I made one of the biggest mistakes of this series, which was give him to Southampton in exchange for James Ward-Prowse, who was terrible. So that was one of the worst deals, if not the worst deal I've ever made. And of course now Balu Campenny, who we gave Southampton basically for free because Ward-Prowse only lasted this season, is worth £34 million. So that's really annoying because I really do want him because he's Spanish, he's awesome, he's a great centre midfielder. He was our first team centre midfielder for Spain during the World Cup, so that's annoying. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get hold of him this season. Maybe next season if we're still there. Maybe we'll spend a lot of money on him, but who knows. And looks like we're not going to get him or Ruben Cruz Torres. But Arsenal matched a £6 million counter offer for Koke, which is fine. That may sound like a bit of an insult, to sell him so low. But, to be honest, he's not that great. He's a decent passer, but he's not that great. He doesn't offer too much. It's not like he scores loads of goals or anything. So, I think selling him isn't really going to be a big issue for us. But even so, Lopez Blanco picks the ball up here against Getafe in this game. Takes aim from range, but the shot is well saved by the goalkeeper as we look to make it 3 out of 3 in the league. And here you see Nsaya play it to Mayol here. Mayol finds Koke. Like I say, not really a goal scorer, but he scores. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have counter-offered for £6 million. I was thinking about ringing Arsene Wenger, just saying, sorry, Arsene, that £6 million, that was just just a typo. I meant to say £60 million, but yeah, Koke is on his way to Arsenal. So in his final game, he scores for us, and Jimenez scores here as well, which is good. And we were 2-0 up here against Getafe, and in the 66th minute, Quintero clears the ball here and finds Nsaya, and Nsaya plays it to Jimenez here. Jimenez rounds Diaz Moreno with a nice scoop turn, goes past his man and smashes the ball into the near post. So Jimenez scores here, his second goal of the game. And that's fantastic for us because we were 3-0 up here and performing really well against Getafe. That was, we just had such a fantastic start to the season. We just keep on winning. But Getafe almost got themselves a consolation goal in the 90th minute. Their shot hit the post, but we managed to clear it and keep a clean sheet as well, which is really nice because I'm terrible at defending, as you guys know. But clean sheets, maybe a few more this season. That would be great. Of course, we've got the new look defence, Ure, Mikel Leon Brito, and Pulido as well, adding to Quintero and Tubic, who are two very good defenders, so maybe a few more clean sheets this year, who knows. But Koke goes to Arsenal for £6 million, and again, it's fine because this is what I mean. We've got the players in the free agents list that are just as good, basically, and they're younger and worth more money, and probably going to cost less money on the wages. And one of those is Luca Rossi, 80 rated, 21 years old, some very good stats, already rated 15 million. This guy, Gouali, an Ivory Coast centre midfielder, again, 50 grand on a wage budget. I think that's what Koke was on. And, he looks fine, he looks genuinely fine. So that's why I'm selling these players. If I can pick up similar ones that, cost, nothing on a free agent, so I may as well cash in. Especially if they're younger and have higher potential. So, yeah, Luca Rossi, the thing is, right, that they may not be amazing. It's not like, Rossi's going to be like the next Pirlo and Gouali's going to be the next, Yaya Toure, but you know they're decent players. You know they're decent players, and even if they're not first team, you know we have to play Champions League games in the midweek. We have to play Copa del Rey games in the midweek. You know 2-leg Copa del Rey games, I should add. You know why not sign these players anyway when we've got the money in a wage budget. You know, and of course we can sell players like Coquet and just cash in. This seems like perfectly good deals. You know, it seems like perfectly good deals for us, really. You know, it seems like. Well, it just seems like sensible business, I suppose. But anyway, Thomas is going to Real Zaragoza. What? Real Zaragoza? Why did I not say that? I don't know how you pronounce these names. God, I don't know. Why am I in Spain? I can't pronounce these names. But he's on his way. Anyway, that's all you need to know. Never really used him. He was okay. He was fine whenever I did use him as a CDM. But even so, Casemiro's fine. And we don't really have a natural CDM other than Casemiro that's really good, and Thomas was never really good anyway, so you know we may as well sell him and cash in a little bit. And player gets sold here as well in Thomas, which is fine. Like I say, we never really used him, and you know we don't really have a good CDM backup, but it doesn't really matter to be honest because Casemiro's got good stamina anyway, and he usually plays in the midweek games as well as the weekend games. But Mayoral, yeah, it was just annoying. Sunderland, we were always saying no for the bids we were making. We offered Ivan Sanchez. He's in his final season for us. He's retiring at the end of the year. So I thought, you know, just give him to Sunderland and see what they say. And yeah, they accepted it, which is great. They said, yes, you can take Mayoral, which is fantastic. Of course, Sanchez, similar position as a winger, and both pretty rapid. But of course, Mayoral is a few ratings higher, and he's a player I absolutely enjoy using. You know, he's 9 years younger as well. He's a player I really enjoy using. I'm not going to say the downsides to him because I've read a couple of comments saying you always say that when you talk about him. But you know, you do know what his downsides are. But to be honest, he's a really decent player with a lot of pace and really composed finishing in the box. So you know that's all you need really. But anyway, he sees us going for another free agent. We signed Gouali, which is great, and we go in for this guy, Mayanga, another centre back, just more defensive cover. I noticed that the position or the position we were lacking in terms of cover was defence, so I thought I'd go in for him, but unfortunately there weren't enough hours on the clock. And unfortunately, we don't get to sign him. So transfer deadline day ends, and this is our squad. This is our squad. We're now set up for the for the season, I suppose. You know, but at least until January. And this is what we got. We're sticking with the 4-4-2 diamond. I just feel like this way I can't exploit the system and use the wingers and just use pace. So I thought, you know, I'll stick with the 4-4-2 diamond, keep myself challenged a little bit. And this is the squad we've got and how it looks. Of course, we've got 2 injuries to Tubic and Diaz de Sorillo. So just bear in mind that if they weren't injured, they'd be in the first team. And here is a squad report as well, so you can check out who is improving in what and see the squad as a whole. I've transformed it pretty well. I'm really enjoying the squad. And of course no Joe Riley anymore, which is fantastic, but the squad looks fantastic. Only a couple of players on the downslope, so we've transformed Atletico Madrid just like we do with AC Milan, gotten rid of a lot of the players that were going down and signed some very, very decent players for them. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the transfers we've made. Looks great. And yeah, Marcano is now an 88 rated player. Check this out, man. Absolutely fantastic. And I bet you never would have expected to see a acceleration and sprint speed both above 80. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. This guy is performing so well. He's also got the playmaker trait speciality now. He used to only have the tactician speciality. Now he's got the playmaker speciality. Oh, it's awesome. This guy is absolutely amazing. I'm so glad we signed him. You know, the financial takeover, I know not everyone in likes it. I know some people think it ruins series, but I'm so glad we've used it, and so glad Marcano is back in the series, which is fantastic news for us. And yeah, there's a look at the league table. 3 games, 3 wins. I really do feel like this could be our year, which is fantastic for us. And yeah, here is a look at the European Cup qualifiers. The group we've got for Euro 2024. Of course, we won Qatar 2022, which is great. And now we want to go ahead and qualify for Euro 2024 and win that tournament as well. And yeah, it's we got to a good start of a win over the who do we play? Czech Republic, I think it was. in a relatively easy group, and we played Finland as well. And of course taking on Finland, which should have been an easy game, and we just about won it 2-1 with a late goal from Jesse Rodriguez. But I'm never really bored about international football, but of course now we've won the World Cup. It was such a fun tournament to play in. I really enjoy playing an international tournament again, and this time actually winning it. I really do want to keep on getting into these tournaments and playing them, but we may not even reach Euro 2024, but even so, we'll have to wait and see. We want to qualify regardless. But anyway, we take on Espanyol for the last game of the episode here, and Trouserman almost gets us off to the opening goal here in the 55th minute, but unfortunately it was well saved by the goalkeeper. Then Casemiro's shot got blocked. Espanyol were flying bodies in front of that ball, didn't want to concede, but from that resulting corner, Lorenzo Poke crosses it in. A giant leap from Partapilo, our centre-back, our new centre-back, and it's a great goal as we make it 1-0. And in the 87th minute, Espanyol doing everything they could to get themselves an equalising goal here, but they just weren't good enough. And when Leon Brito found Guali, he found Jimenez. Jimenez played it to Marcano. Marcano played it back to Jimenez here. Nice break from us on the counter. Jimenez goes through, chips it towards the far post here. It's headed away. Marcano wins the header, finds Mayol. It's a great finish. He puts it into the back of the net, and yeah, I cannot believe Marcano won ahead of the starters and didn't get injured like he would have done at Liverpool. But yeah, Mayol scores. It's 2-0. We wrap the game up. Another 3 points, 4 games, 4 wins. What a fantastic start to the season. Undefeated, a winning streak. It's looking fantastic. As always, guys, a big fan you watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Goodbye, and now I'll breathe.